Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's everyone's favorite time of the month. It's time for my completed pages in July. I did 17 pages, which is a lot considering how busy I was. If you can hear a noise in the background, it's Bucky moving around in his enclosure. Sorry about that. So yeah, 17, and like I explained last month, I just got out some books and put them on my desk because I don't have a shelf anymore. I just have storage totes that the books are in. This is a kind of a small apartment and there's just not room for more shelves. I already have too many. So I just pull out books at the beginning of the month that I think I'd like to work in, and so I've just been getting like summary books kind of and some new books out that I haven't touched. So that's what I've been working in. So 17 pages, but like less books than you might normally see. So first up, I was working in Hula Hotties by Deborah Muller. I really like this book a lot. For this year I hadn't colored too much in it. I don't know why, because I'm very fond of it now. And I did this page here, private beach page with the tiki totems, maybe? I don't know what to call them. But yeah, I really like how this page turned out. So this is like Ohuhu and Cali art and whatever else alcohol markers I pulled out from my stash, and Jelly Roll, or possibly even the Signo Uniball gel pins for highlights. And then on her yellow polka dot bikini I used white there, and then there's a lot of glitter gel pen in the stars. I used the Pintel Sparkle Pop, you can see kind of. And I tried to just kind of keep a more limited color palette. So it's all yellows, greens, reds, and blues on everything. Even like the flowers down here I kept very limited color. Her hair. And so I did the stars the same way. I only used green, blue, and red glitter. Just to keep it a little more limited. And I never know really how to color these tiki totems. I left them flat instead of doing like any, shading like I did on her or on the sign. Just because, yeah, I'm not positive how to color them or how they should look. To be honest, I've never seen one in real life. I've only seen photos online, and sometimes I struggle to like do shading from photos online. I think I colored an earlier page, yeah. This is an earlier page, and you can see I just did it a bit darker where I thought maybe the wood would kind of be carved deeper. But I really do like how this page turned out, actually. I'm very happy with it. I'm especially really happy with how my sign turned out. Yeah, this is one of her more pin-up style books, but I kind of like those, so. Oh, next actually is not one of the ones I'm counting as a finished page because I was just playing around in this book, but I wanted to show you because I had some thoughts. So this is a Amazon printed book, right? This is Japanese Food by Mika Rio. I was using Crayolas in here. Just crayons because I was playing around. It's regular Amazon paper like all the other books, but my Crayolas didn't lay down really well on it. Here they are, just a regular set of crayons. So you can tell that it was on clearance at Walmart, and I don't know why. Like, I got this for $2, so it was cheaper, and I don't know if it was like a bad batch of crayons because there was a whole bin of them that was $2, and that's why it's weird, or if it's that they don't like the Amazon paper, because it was kind of like I was really fighting to get any color to lay down at all. And if I zoom in, let me zoom you in just a bit, you can tell that it didn't lay down very clean or clear, right? It's a little bit odd, I don't know. And so I don't know if it's that maybe Crayolas don't like this type of paper, or there is something wrong with the crayons and that's why they're on clearance. I've never used crayons on an Amazon book, and I know some of you guys do, so let me know your thoughts. I did another page and it's like the same way. I didn't count them as completed pages because, to be honest, it took me maybe like 10 minutes to do. This is Dongo, which is little mochi on a skewer, but shaped like cats, and this is potato chips, of course. So I wasn't counting those as finished pages just because they were like just a quick little fun thing, but I thought that the crayon acted weird. So I did a page in Girl Moments by Coco Wayu. I really like this book, actually. It was really fun to do. I did this girl at the beach. I tried a lot of new techniques this month, and you'll see that as I go through pages. I tried the very popular one I see on Instagram where you do the water, and then you do darker splotches in the water, and then you do these white connecting lines. I kind of hate it. I don't really like how it turned down. I think I prefer the way that you've seen me color water and that you'll see coming up in the Matchstick Mouse book. And that I've done last month. I think I prefer my own way of coloring water. I love the rest of the picture. I think the rest of this page turned out awesome. I just don't like how this looks. I followed a tutorial video, I watched it, and you know, they were talking about placing random organic blobs in the water, and mine just doesn't look as good as theirs did. I feel like maybe my definition of random and their definition of random is totally different. I like the rest of the picture, and I like how the seafoam turned out. I like their technique for the seafoam. I just do not like this part here for the water. I think the sand was great. I think my shading turned out really lovely. I used the Ohuhu markers on this. Again, really thrilled with the rest of the page. I just don't like this technique for the water, and I don't think I would do it again. I think I prefer my way of coloring water more. But, you know, it's good to try new things, and you don't like everything that you do, right? Let me try to push my books out of the way. There we go. From Women's World by Kira Shershniva, I did Latvia. I like how this one turned out a lot. This one is more of a scene, and I prefer the pages that are kind of scenes that have the girls, you know, represented by something rather than just a solid background. And I always use the Bic. They were called Market or Marking, and now they're Market, one or the other. And then Sharpie, because I really like how they work on this paper, because this is the nicer, more expensive coated paper. But yeah, I really like this book. I'm working through it kind of just one page at a month, backwards, because when you do one page, you know, it kind of really covers up the colors on the back. So I just do it backwards from back to front. But yeah, really happy with how this one turned out. I don't really know much about Latvia, unfortunately, but I am happy with that page. Okay, next I have a page out of 50 Safari Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. My thought process in grabbing this book was it's hot on Safari and it's hot in the summer, so that was just my thought process. I did a page out of here. I left a blotter in here. Let me get that out. I don't really know why I did this ostrich page. I don't know what drew me to it, to be honest. Sometimes you just pick a page and there's something about the page that speaks to you and you don't really know what it is. And so I just did this ostrich page, and I'm very happy with how it turned out, pushing the baby in the carriage. This is another page where I wanted to use very limited colors, so just pinks, grays, and yellows. And I really like how it turned out. There is some glitter for the handles of like the stroller, there you go, and the chassis. Is it like a car? Like a car is a chassis at the bottom where the wheels connect, you know. So yeah, very happy with how this one turned out. Actually, I really like this book, and for this to be one of my favorite Camellia Angelkova books, I haven't colored too much in this, and I don't know why. I think I'm not inspired enough, because when I think of Safari, Africa, Savannah, I think of just like oranges and brown tones, and I need to just kind of break out and use more colors in this book, and then I think that might inspire me a little bit more. But yeah, that's a fun one. So next, going a little bit crazy in Asian Animals by Eclipse, and I now hear people AJ or Aja pronounce, so I'm not totally positive how to pronounce his name. I did like 5 pages in this book this month, and I'm almost done with it. There are 3 left. I'm going to finish this book in August, and you will see a full book flip through. So, first I did the tiger. This is the first page that's been a totally like dark green animal. So I really like this one. I think it's very nice. Let me try to zoom out just a little bit more. Oop, that's in. No, I'm all the way out. Okay, well, this is just a big book. So here's the tiger with a bamboo background. I like this one a lot. Next we have, I believe this is supposed to be like a crane because of the red head, those cranes you see in Japan. It's very pink. I like this one too. I always just use Sharpies on this, by the way, just Sharpies, and I have a very old set of Ohuhu markers, like this original set where they were still this kind of weird oval shape that just has the old number system on it and everything. And I don't have a lot left. I maybe have like 40 colors out of it, and so I try to use them up in this book too. So it's Sharpies plus some of those really old markers. So that's kind of why we got like a hot pink thing going on here. Next I did this bull. Oh wait, we skipped one. Well, I'll go back to it. Well, Yeah, I did this bowl. This is the last page I did. Like second to last page I did for the month even, but last page I did in here, and I really like how this one turned out. It's very much giving me like autumn, fall colors. And I like this one. The flowers in the background are nice too. Let me go back to the one I skipped over, which I know which one it is, but let me see if I can't find it. It's like right in here. There we go. The bat. I love this one. I honestly thought that the background was going to be a rainbow before I looked at it because of the arches, but it's not quite a full rainbow. It's very muted tones, but I still really, really like it. I think it's very interesting and different for a background. And then last, I did the hyena. And honestly, these are some of the pages I saved to do with this book for later because looking at them uncolored, they didn't interest me as much. But then coloring them, these are some of the best pages in the book. Like this one might be my favorite page. I love this blue hyena. And again, like last month, I thought hyenas were just an African animal. But no, there are striped hyenas in certain Asian countries, so that's fun. I don't know what he's standing on, like a field of flowers or something, and then this like pink sunset sky. Yeah, this is probably my favorite finished page in this book, and I guess I happened to save the best for last. So yeah, I have 3 pages in here. Those will probably be done at the beginning of August, just because I've been going crazy with that book and color by numbers in general lately. I also did the 50 vacation miniatures. Of course, that's very summer themed. And I did these 2 hamsters, guinea pigs, having a marshmallow roast. I really love how this page turned out. This is not one where I've done this technique several times now with the fire, but I love how it looks. And then I am also very proud of my marshmallows. I'll zoom in. I tried to create the illusion that, you know, they were getting like toasted up the side of the marshmallow, and I'm actually happy with how they turned out. This one wasn't getting toasted because he's got it, you know, way back here. But I'm actually very pleased with how my toasted marshmallows turned out. I thought they looked really good. And then again, I really like how the wood turned out on the picture. Let me tilt the camera back up because I knocked it down. There we go. Sorry if I'm making anyone motion sick with all the moving and zooming in and out. But yeah, I'm honestly just really thrilled with this picture. And this wasn't the picture that I was going to do. There's like a picture somewhere in here of these ice cream houses. Let me see if I can find it. And that's the one that I wanted to do, but then I just saw this one with a little campfire, and something about it, I was just like, I really need to do that one. So I did it instead, then didn't get time to do the ice cream. Yeah, this is the page I was thinking about doing. But I just was drawn to this one for some reason and didn't get time to go back. And also, yeah, a little bit of glitter always with the Pinto Sparkle Pops just for a little bit of fun on the fire. And I actually don't think I did any highlights on this page with a white gel pen. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, not at all. But very happy with how that turned out. Okay, next new book for me. I haven't colored in it yet. Veggie Life by Hikaru Kaz. I don't know if that is a single person or multiple people, but I really like their books. Okay. This is another one where I tried a new technique and I don't know if I like how it came out. I did this Jello page with blueberries, I think. So let's see. What's this one called? They've got the little list of names at the front, right? So what did I do? It's got to be before it. Blueberries and jelly. Okay, yeah, blueberries and jelly trampoline. Again, I used a very popular technique that I see on TikTok and Instagram a lot to color like gummy bears. And I thought I would try it on the Jello. Again, you know, they say like random organic blobs, but their random and my random look totally different, and theirs always looks better. So I don't know, there's something different about our definition of random for sure. I'm very happy with the page otherwise. It's not terrible. I don't dislike it as much as I dislike the water on the other one. It just looks a little bit weird, right? I don't know. It looks a lot better on camera than in person now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I use my Ohuhu markers though. I'm really happy with how my blueberries turned out, especially. That's Bucky. Hi. He's looking at my toes under the desk. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the blueberries turned out, especially. I think they turned out really cute, and I'm very happy with how everything else turned out. I just feel like the Jello was a little bit weird, a little bit odd. I don't know, maybe my highlights aren't super correctly placed or something, or maybe I need to move the blobs closer together. Yeah, I don't know. It's like their definition of random and mine are totally different. But I did use some glitter gel pen here, by the way, on the stars in the background. And this was a Posca pen, which they're not always, you know, totally opaque. It's a little bit transparent, and you can kind of only add so many layers before the page starts to buckle a little bit at the back, and I can kind of feel it just a little bit there at the back, but it's not too bad. So I stopped. So it's not totally transparent, but that's my problem. There's just something I can't put my finger on. When I look at it, it's just kind of like, you know? But otherwise, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. It's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. I like it. It's a cute page, and I need to do more out of this book for sure. They're really easy and quick to do. Okay, so let's also tackle this Matchstick Mouse book that I did another 5 pages in. I've been going nuts in this summer book. I don't know why. I think I said in my last video, if you would have asked me last year, like what my least favorite Matchstick Mouse book was, I would have said, oh, the summer one. I didn't like that one too much. But I guess my opinion has changed, because honestly, I might see this as my favorite one. I've just been going crazy in it. So first I did this just cute, simple hiking page, hiking up the mountain. Very cute and easy. I just did basic shading, and I used Cali Art and Ohuhu markers in here. I don't even think I did, well, no, I did do a couple highlights. Like here in gel pen, I did the dots on the mushroom. And there's a little bit of glitter for the clasp. There we go, on her backpack. But yeah, this one's fun. I never make the mouse the same colors. I know some people like to, but I just make like, well, whatever I'm feeling like at the time. So this one was a lot of fun. Same for the worm. He's always whatever color I feel like. Then the next, I tried to recreate the cover with this picture here, fishing. So here's the cover, and here's mine. I think I did a really good job. I like how it turned out. I really like how the sky came out. I need to do a little bit better though with picking colors that are closer to each other. So like these 3 yellows blended so smoothly, but when I get to the oranges into the red, it's not as smooth. So I think I could learn to do a little bit better with that, but I do absolutely love how this page turned out. I'm very thrilled with it. Now, the only thing, of course, that's different is how he kind of has this brightness here in the middle. I don't know how to recreate that with markers. He's doing it digitally, so he can add layers differently than I can. Maybe if I smudge some paint, it would work, but I'm not totally positive. Otherwise, though, yeah, really thrilled with this page. I like how my water came out. I made it yellow like it does on the cover, so it's kind of like it's reflecting the sunrise. There's a lot of paint on here. It's on these lines that like show she's casting. It's on the dragonfly wings. Highlights all throughout the water. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm really happy with this one. I love how it turned out. Next, I did this one in the rain, and I'm also very happy with this one because I drew the little snail's reflection in the puddle for something different, and I love how it turned out. Yeah, we had like one really rainy day here this month because otherwise it was hot and miserable, and I think I did this exactly on the day that it rained. Love how my sky turned out. This one does have a lot of gel pen on it in particular for all of the raindrops. I just did all of them with white gel pen. I think I used the Signo Uniball gel pens on this one because this one has a lot thicker lines and they're a little bit more opaque than the Jelly Roll in my opinion, so they're a lot better at covering up super thick lines. But yeah, this one I was inspired more by the like classic mouse you see on the cover that's like a little brown mouse with like an orangish yellow hat. Yeah, I'm so happy though with how my little snail turned out there. It's so good. And then I did use a little bit of blue Posca paint pen for the outlines on the puddle. Yeah, really happy about this one though. This one was really quick because it was kind of simple and not a lot of colors. Alright, oh, I can't even get this flipped to the right page. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then I did the ice cream on the beach page. I'm also really happy with how this one turned out. I tried something different here. I tried to do like a shadow. Like this half of the beach is darker because it's under this leaf umbrella here, whereas she'd have some light coming in here. And I actually do think it worked out really well, and I like how it turned out a lot. You can see that like she's darker, so is her hat, so is the sand. I'm really pleased with it. The only thing is that I was going to make this mint chocolate chip, and then this is a lot greener than I wanted, so maybe it's pistachio instead. I do like how they all have little ice creams, though. He's got vanilla and he's got chocolate. Yeah, very pleased with this one. I didn't do the sand technique like I did in the other book and I've done on some other pages because the sand looked different to me. I don't know, I felt like this was a different type of sand. Like maybe it wasn't so gravelly. But yeah, and you can see what I'm talking about, the water here. I prefer to color the water like this, I think, where I just kind of blend it together and then use the white on, honestly, the lines are already here by Morgan O'Brien for guides, but I could do that on my own, I think, because it's quite simple without the guide. And I think it looks better than the so popular TikTok method for me. And then I did use a little bit of white around the clouds and also on this little bird here in the background just so it stood out a little bit and wasn't swallowed up by all the darkness. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out too. Tried some different things in this book and I think they all worked out. So, last book. And this is Deborah Muller's Goth Summer. And the pages in here are a little bit crazy as always. So, first up I have this one. This is the last page I did this month. The girl in the pool. This is my favorite page out of this book. So I knew I wanted to do it right away. I also tried a different technique in here for the water, which I made purple, by the way. A totally different one I got from TikTok also. And yeah, I don't dislike it as much as I dislike the one in Girl Moments, but it's not my favorite either. You take the strokes of the brush and kind of create these wave lines and patterns and then do the white paint as well. I think it would look better if I just did the wave lines on the side and then it was like the solid in the middle with maybe a little bit of shading from the darkness that would be underneath the pool floating. It's not terrible though, I don't hate it. I think it looks fine. I just think I maybe prefer, like I said, my method of coloring it. But it's good to try new things. It's interesting to try new things, you know, you learn something. I also tried a fur technique on the little bat, and I do really like how that turned out. Again, I saw it on Instagram. I save a ton of videos on there for, like, different techniques. And then I also tried a totally different gummy bear / jelly technique for her pool floaty, and actually compared to the jello in the vegetable one, I love how this one turned out. This one turned out fantastic and it totally actually looks like one of those see-through pool floaties. I do like that it's a coffin shape, by the way. And also I did make it dark out. I thought maybe it would be nighttime because she's got a little bat on her finger and she kind of gives me like vampire vibes with the pool floaty. So I did the lighting up here. It's putting off a green light. Same with the flame. I just thought that was more fun and interesting than a yellow light. Just because, you know, they're weird girls. The only thing is I forgot to, I didn't forget. I have a blotter page behind it, but it slipped some. So my sky on the next picture is already green. So whatever's happening in the next picture, there's a green sky apparently. But yeah, I really, really love how this picture turned out. It took me several days to finish. This was just, again, Caliard and Ohuhu markers, Posca paint here, jelly roll pins for the finer details, and honestly, I don't think there's any glitter at all. Oh, I forgot to do her, hold on. There is going to be some glitter because I forgot to do her jewelry. Give me just a second. I'm seeing now that I forgot to color this in, and I'll just put my blotter page back on so that it doesn't stick. Because I totally forgot to do her jewelry when I finished the page. Okay. There we go. I was like, I knew there was supposed to be glitter on here. Where is it? There it is. There we go. It's her jewelry. Yes, I also did her eyes a bit different, and I really like how they turned out as well. This was a super fun one. Very, very happy. Okay. And last was the very first page I actually did this month, and this was a buddy color with Misty. She already did a buddy color with me kind of as soon as I got back, and she knew I had this book, so we both loved Deborah Muller. We had to do it. I believe this page for us to do, the girl with the fan, and I'm very happy with how mine turned out. I really like how her hair came out. This is a page where I just didn't feel like doing a background. Misty did a really nice, beautiful one using makeup on the background, and I would like to try that out. But I just didn't feel like a background on this one. Sometimes I'm that way with Deborah's books, especially when it's, you know, just a solid color. I don't really feel like a background. I think maybe if I got some stencils and I could do like a triangle, solid triangle, or like a circle or something, then I might feel more motivated, but I don't really just like the solid color backgrounds too much, and sometimes I'm not feeling creative enough to draw my own shapes in. But yeah, really thrilled with this page. Again, Caliard and Ohuhu markers, and Posca for the fur, possibly, around the top of her dress, and around her eye patch. Oh, maybe it's lace, you know, I didn't think about that. And then around the skull here. And then glitter for the moons and stars on her dress. And yeah, this was a very purple and blue page. But I'm really happy with how it turned out too. So, those were all of my pages for the month. And I did do quite a few, especially a few in some new books for me, books I've never colored in. So I'm very pleased with how those turned out. This should be 17 pages, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 17 pages total. And again, given how busy I was, that's really good this month. Now, I do not have a haul video, so this is the only video you'll get for now. But I think I'm going to have a haul coming up in September because we have to prepare for fall and Halloween. And I know Deborah's going to put out new books. And of course, I have to have them. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have been enjoying your summer.